I discovered my friend's wife was having an affair. When I stumbled upon a hidden letter that revealed a secret clause in his will, changing everything I thought I knew about trust and betrayal. My name is Jason, and I've always been the guy who keeps to the background. I don't seek out drama, and I prefer to stay out of other people's business. But sometimes, life has a way of thrusting you into situations you never imagined. This was especially true when I found myself at the center of a scandal involving my close friend Robert and his wife Claire. Robert and Claire were the quintessential power couple. Robert was a successful lawyer, and Claire was a well-respected interior designer. They had a beautiful home in the suburbs, a perfect marriage, and a seemingly flawless life. We'd been friends for years, having met during college and bonded over a shared love for sports and late-night discussions. Our friendship grew over the years, and I often found myself at their house for dinner parties, holidays, and various celebrations. Robert and Claire appeared to be the perfect match. They were supportive, loving, and always seemed to have it all together. It all started on a rainy evening when Robert invited me over to help him with some paperwork. He'd mentioned that he needed to go over some legal documents related to his will, and I assumed it was just routine business. When I arrived, Robert was already busy, but he asked me to review a set of documents with him. As we went through the paperwork, Robert's phone rang. He excused himself to take the call in another room, leaving me alone with the documents. I took this opportunity to skim through some of the papers out of curiosity. Among the documents, I noticed a letter addressed to Robert, marked with a private seal. It was tucked away behind some legal forms. Intrigued, I carefully opened the letter. The contents were shocking. It was from Claire, and it revealed that she was having an affair with a man named David. The letter was not just a confession, it was a detailed account of their relationship, including meetings and plans to leave Robert once he passed away. Claire had been plotting to secure a significant portion of Robert's estate for herself and her lover. The more I read, the more horrified I became. The letter detailed Claire's elaborate plan to manipulate Robert into changing his will, ensuring that her lover would benefit from his wealth. The letter was dated a few months ago, but it seemed to outline a clear intent to execute the plan once Robert was out of the picture. I was in a state of shock. The betrayal was profound, not just because of the affair, but because of the calculated deceit and the implications for Robert's estate. I couldn't keep this information to myself. I knew I had to confront Robert, but I was terrified of the fallout. When Robert returned, I was visibly shaken. I tried to act normal, but my mind was racing. I struggled with how to broach the subject without causing unnecessary distress. Robert, ever the perceptive friend, noticed my unease and asked if everything was all right. I eventually decided to come clean. I showed him the letter and explained the situation. Robert's reaction was one of disbelief and anger. He felt betrayed not just by Claire, but by the entire situation. He was furious with me for not saying something sooner, but also grateful for the revelation before it was too late. Robert's world was shattered. He spent the next few days in turmoil, confronting Claire and trying to piece together the extent of her deception. The confrontation was explosive. Claire initially denied everything, offering excuses and trying to shift the blame. Her attempts to justify her actions only fueled Robert's anger and sadness. As the confrontation unfolded, Claire's defenses crumbled, and she admitted to the affair. She expressed remorse, but also tried to rationalize her behavior by pointing out issues in their marriage. Robert was devastated. The betrayal cut deep, and he struggled with the immediate aftermath of the confrontation. He moved out of their shared home and sought refuge with me. The transition was jarring for both of us. Robert was in a state of emotional disarray, grappling with feelings of betrayal, confusion, and heartbreak. During the initial weeks, Robert's emotional state was fragile. He experienced sleepless nights, intense emotional pain, and a profound sense of loss. He began attending therapy to process his feelings and work through the trauma of the betrayal. The therapy sessions provided him with a space to explore his emotions and gain insight into his experience. Claire, on the other hand, faced the consequences of her actions. The affair with David disintegrated once the truth was revealed, and Claire found herself grappling with shame, regret, and isolation. Her attempts to reconcile with Robert were met with resistance. The trust that once existed between them was irreparably damaged. David's life took a sudden turn as well. Once Claire's deceit came to light, David disappeared from the scene. It turned out that he had been keeping a low profile, trying to distance himself from the scandal. He was reportedly dealing with his own personal issues and did not want to face the fallout of the affair. The legal aspects of the situation were equally complex. Robert had to work with his lawyer to ensure that his estate was protected and that Claire's deceit did not impact his financial plans. The process involved updating his will, addressing potential disputes, and ensuring that his assets were allocated according to his wishes. Robert's lawyer, an old college friend named Michael, played a crucial role in navigating these complexities. Michael helped Robert draft a new will that ensured Claire's claims were legally invalidated and took steps to safeguard Robert's assets from any further manipulation. As Robert navigated his way through this tumultuous period, he found solace in rebuilding his life. He focused on his career, pursued new interests, and reconnected with old friends. Robert took up painting, a hobby he had long abandoned, and found it to be a therapeutic outlet. He also began volunteering at a local community center, channeling his energy into helping others and rediscovering a sense of purpose. Claire, meanwhile, tried to pick up the pieces of her life. She sought therapy to address her personal issues and reflect on the consequences of her actions. Her journey to redemption was fraught with challenges, but she was committed to making amends and learning from her mistakes. She also faced social ostracism from friends and colleagues who had once admired her. The community that had once embraced her now turned away, leaving Claire to confront her actions in isolation. The process of rebuilding trust took time. Robert was cautious in his interactions with others and guarded about forming new relationships. He was wary of being deceived again and approached potential new friendships and romantic interests with a healthy dose of skepticism. Despite his reservations, Robert eventually met someone who helped him heal. Her name was Emily, and she was a compassionate and understanding woman who had also experienced betrayal in her past. Their relationship developed slowly, built on mutual respect and honesty. The legal battles continued as well. Robert and Michael faced challenges from Claire's attempts to contest the will, but they were ultimately successful in defending Robert's wishes. The legal proceedings were lengthy and stressful, but Robert's determination to see justice served kept him focused. As the months passed, Robert's healing process continued. He found solace in new beginnings and took steps to ensure that his life was on a path to recovery. He focused on his well-being, his career, and his relationships. Robert's strength and resilience were tested, but he emerged from the ordeal with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. The experience of witnessing Robert's betrayal and the subsequent fallout left a lasting impression on me. It served as a reminder of the complexities of human relationships and the impact of deceit on trust and personal growth. The ordeal highlighted the importance of confronting uncomfortable truths, even when it means risking everything. It also emphasized the significance of loyalty, honesty, and the strength of enduring friendships. Our friendship with Robert endured through the trials. The betrayal had tested us both, but it ultimately strengthened our bond. We remained close, supporting each other through life's challenges and celebrating our victories. Robert's journey to recovery was a testament to his resilience and the enduring power of friendship. In the end, Robert's story became a poignant lesson in the fragility of relationships and the power of confronting difficult truths. It underscored the importance of trust and the impact of betrayal on personal growth. Robert's journey of healing and self-discovery was a testament to his strength and the enduring power of friendship. Robert's story was more than just a personal struggle. It became a narrative that affected many around him. The experience led to a reevaluation of his life priorities and a commitment to authenticity in his relationships. He became an advocate for emotional health and honesty, sharing his story to help others who might be dealing with similar situations. His public speaking engagements and support groups allowed him to channel his pain into a force for positive change. Robert spoke candidly about his experience, emphasizing the importance of self-care, forgiveness, and the resilience of the human spirit. His story resonated with many, offering hope and insight to those grappling with betrayal and personal upheaval. In the final chapter of this ordeal, Robert found peace and fulfillment in his new life. His journey, though painful, led to growth and transformation. The scars of betrayal remained, but they were no longer a source of constant pain. Instead, they were reminders of his strength and the power of resilience. The ordeal had reshaped Robert's life, but it also forged a deeper connection between us. The experience of navigating betrayal and rebuilding trust created a bond that went beyond friendship. It was a testament to the power of enduring support and the ability to find light even in the darkest of times. As for Claire, her path was one of self-reflection and redemption. She continued to work on herself and sought to make amends where possible. Though the past could not be erased, Claire's efforts to reconcile with her own mistakes were a testament to her desire for personal growth. Robert's story and the lessons learned from his experience became a lasting reminder of the complexities of human relationships and the importance of confronting difficult truths. It was a journey marked by pain, growth, and ultimately, a renewed sense of purpose. I uncovered my brother's wife's affair when I stumbled upon a secretive email chain, and the ensuing fallout tested every ounce of my loyalty and family bonds. My name is Mark, and I've always shared an unbreakable bond with my older brother Alex. From childhood misadventures to the milestones of adulthood, Alex and I were inseparable. When Alex introduced us to Lisa, his new girlfriend, I was thrilled for him. Lisa seemed like a perfect match, intelligent, kind, and full of life. Their engagement and subsequent marriage seemed like a natural progression of their love story. However, beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect union, a storm was brewing that would ultimately shatter the illusion of their perfect life. The first sign that something was wrong came on a Tuesday afternoon. I had planned a surprise visit to Alex and Lisa's house to help with some home maintenance. Lisa had mentioned needing assistance with organizing the garage, and I was happy to lend a hand. Alex, who worked from home, was supposed to be in his office, so I was prepared to tackle the tasks with Lisa's company. When I arrived at their home, Lisa greeted me with a warm smile but seemed unusually distant. She was busy in the kitchen, preparing what looked like a small meal, and appeared preoccupied. Her usual effervescent personality was subdued, and she was more focused on her phone than on the tasks at hand. This was odd to me because Lisa had always been warm and engaging, but I shrugged it off, thinking she might be stressed from work or planning their upcoming anniversary party. As we worked together in the garage, I noticed Lisa frequently glancing at her phone, a habit that seemed out of character for her. At one point, she received a call and excused herself to take it in private. I couldn't help but feel a pang of curiosity mixed with concern. After she finished the call, she seemed even more distracted. It wasn't until later that I stumbled upon a hidden tablet in the guest room while looking for cleaning supplies that everything changed. The tablet was partially concealed behind a stack of old magazines and was unlocked. At first, I hesitated to look at it, but curiosity got the better of me. As I browsed through the device, I discovered a series of emails and messages between Lisa and someone named Dan. The content was intimate and revealing. Lisa and Dan had exchanged messages filled with affection, longing, and personal details that made it clear they were more than just friends. Lisa spoke about her dissatisfaction with her marriage and her desire for something different. The realization hit me like a ton of bricks. Lisa was having an affair, and the depth of her emotions for Dan was evident. I was in shock, unsure of what to do next. The thought of telling Alex, my brother, about this betrayal was daunting. I knew that doing so would cause immense pain and could potentially destroy his trust in me. But I also understood the gravity of the situation. With a heavy heart, I decided to keep this discovery to myself while observing the situation further. Over the following weeks, Lisa's behavior grew increasingly erratic. She would often take phone calls in private, leaving the room with a worried look on her face. When Alex was around, Lisa's demeanor was visibly strained. Their interactions, once filled with affection and warmth, became marked by tension and unspoken conflicts. Alex, who was normally perceptive, seemed oblivious to the changes, attributing Lisa's mood swings to stress from work or other trivial issues. Things took a dramatic turn one evening when I was at their house for dinner. Alex had invited me over to discuss some family matters. Lisa was supposed to be joining us, but she called to say she was running late. When she finally arrived, the atmosphere was tense. Alex was visibly agitated, and Lisa seemed on edge. I couldn't ignore the fact that something was seriously wrong. During dinner, Alex excused himself to take an important work call. Lisa, who had been quiet throughout the meal, suddenly broke down in tears. I was taken aback by her emotional outburst. She confided in me, revealing her feelings of dissatisfaction and frustration. Although she didn't explicitly mention the affair, her words and the context made it clear that she was struggling with something deeply personal. After Alex returned, the conversation shifted to lighter topics, and Lisa managed to compose herself. But the emotional residue from her earlier breakdown lingered. That night, I found it difficult to sleep, burdened by the weight of what I had learned and the emotional turmoil it was causing me. I decided to consult a close friend for advice. My friend, a seasoned therapist, suggested that I should consider the implications of revealing such sensitive information and weigh the potential consequences for everyone involved. After much deliberation, I decided that Alex had a right to know the truth. It was a decision fraught with emotional conflict, but I believed that honesty was the only way to address the betrayal. I chose to have a private conversation with Alex, ensuring that I approached the topic with sensitivity and care. I planned to reveal my findings in a way that allowed Alex to process the information at his own pace. The conversation was one of the most difficult moments of my life. I gathered my courage and sat down with Alex in a quiet, neutral space away from their home. I started by expressing my concerns and the observations I had made. I was careful not to jump to conclusions or make accusations. Instead, I presented the evidence I had found and explained how it had affected me. Alex's reaction was a mix of disbelief and anguish. He struggled to process the reality of Lisa's infidelity and the depth of her emotional involvement with Dan. The conversation was intense, filled with raw emotions and questions that didn't have easy answers. Alex's sense of betrayal was palpable, and his feelings of anger and hurt were overwhelming. In the aftermath of our conversation, Alex and Lisa's relationship faced a profound crisis. They decided to seek professional counseling to address their issues and work through the aftermath of the affair. The counseling sessions were emotionally charged and challenging. They had to confront difficult truths about their relationship and their individual roles in the breakdown. The counseling process revealed deep-seated issues in their marriage, including communication problems and unmet needs. Alex and Lisa had to explore their individual grievances and learn to express their feelings openly. The process was painful but necessary for their growth and healing. They participated in exercises and discussions designed to rebuild trust and foster understanding. During the counseling sessions, Lisa shared her perspective on the affair, expressing her remorse and guilt. She acknowledged that her actions had caused immense pain and disrupted their lives. The therapy sessions provided a platform for both Alex and Lisa to voice their concerns, express their emotions, and work toward reconciliation. The journey to healing was arduous and required both Alex and Lisa to confront their personal vulnerabilities. They engaged in activities designed to improve their communication skills and deepen their emotional connection. They learned to navigate their issues with empathy and compassion, working together to rebuild their relationship. As Alex and Lisa continued their counseling sessions, they decided to take a step back from their routine and embark on a relationship retreat. The retreat offered them a chance to focus solely on their relationship, away from the pressures of everyday life. The retreat included guided sessions with therapists, individual reflection time, and activities aimed at strengthening their bond. The retreat was a transformative experience for Alex and Lisa. It allowed them to gain new insights into their relationship and develop strategies for addressing their issues. They learned to communicate more effectively, set healthy boundaries, and rebuild trust. The retreat provided them with tools and techniques to navigate their challenges and foster a more resilient relationship. Throughout the recovery process, Alex and Lisa faced numerous challenges and setbacks. Rebuilding trust required patience, effort, and commitment from both of them. They had to address their individual issues and work together to create a stronger and more supportive relationship. The experience tested their resolve, but also highlighted their dedication to each other. Being a witness to Alex and Lisa's journey through this painful chapter in their lives was both sobering and enlightening. It underscored the complexity of relationships and the impact of betrayal. My role as a supportive brother and friend was crucial in helping Alex navigate this difficult time. I remained a confidant, providing him with encouragement and understanding as he worked through the aftermath of Lisa's affair. In the end, Alex and Lisa's story is a powerful testament to the resilience of relationships and the capacity for healing. Their experience serves as a reminder of the importance of honesty, communication, and trust in maintaining a healthy and fulfilling relationship. It highlights the challenges of overcoming betrayal and the strength required to rebuild what was broken. Alex and Lisa's journey is a story of forgiveness, personal growth, and the enduring strength of family bonds. Their experience demonstrates that even in the face of profound betrayal, there is hope for recovery and reconciliation. It's a story of navigating the complexities of love and commitment and emerging stronger on the other side. As for me, witnessing this ordeal was a profound learning experience. It reinforced my understanding of the importance of confronting difficult truths with compassion and honesty. Alex's journey through this challenging time revealed his resilience and capacity for personal growth. Despite the pain and hardships, he emerged with a renewed sense of self-awareness and a deeper appreciation for the value of trust and communication in relationships. Ultimately, Alex and Lisa's story serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of trust and the power of forgiveness. It highlights the significance of standing by those we care about and working through challenges together. Their journey is a testament to the strength of relationships and the possibility of healing even in the face of betrayal.